Today we're going to dive into 7 smart legal ways to lower your property taxes. And trust me, some of these are total game changers that most homeowners completely overlook. If you're new to my channel, I'm Katrin.pfitzenreiter, Sarasota-based real estate agent. If you dread opening your tax bill every year, this video could save you serious money.
Court order for asset seizure. You got to pay your property taxes, Maddie.
No, this is a mistake. I'm negotiating a payment schedule with them.
Well, I guess they're done negotiating.
What, so they're taking my car? I'm an Uber driver.
Not my problem.
How the f am I supposed to pay their taxes just bartending?
Just to be clear though, this isn't about cheating the system, never about cheating the system. It's about understanding your rights, reading the fine print, and playing smarter with the rules we've got. And quick disclaimer, I'm a real estate agent, like I mentioned. I'm not a tax advisor, so always check with a qualified tax professional before making changes. So let's get right into it. Number 1 is you might want to challenge your assessed value, and that is if your local government thinks your home is worth more than it really is. You're overpaying. I mean, it's just as simple as that. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go online, pull your property tax record, then compare your assessed value to similar homes in your neighborhood that recently sold. If your home hasn't been renovated and it's still assessed significantly higher, you may have grounds to appeal. And don't worry, it's often easier than people think, right? So many counties let you submit recent sales comps, photos, or short form online. And literally one successful appeal could knock hundreds of dollars on your annual bill. And so what you're gonna wanna do is go to your local property appraiser site and just find out what the process is and deadlines to appeal. Number 2, claim all eligible exemptions. Almost every state offers property tax exemptions of some kind, but many homeowners don't even realize that they can qualify. And so what you're going to do is go to your property appraiser's website, read it thoroughly, especially when it comes to exemptions, and see if you're eligible. Here in Florida and many other states across the United States, there's a homestead exemption. In Florida, it's for your primary residence, and it can reduce the assessed value by up to $50,000. Of course, you're going to want to check what it is for your state. Here in Florida, it also locks in the Save Our Homes cap, which essentially limits your assessment increase to 3% or the inflation rate, whichever is the lowest. But if your property is a second home or a rental, that cap doesn't actually apply. And your assessment value can jump up to 10% per year. So if you can homestead it, you absolutely are gonna wanna do that here in Florida. Also, you're gonna wanna check for things such as senior or disability exemptions, veteran or widow's benefits, low income or hardship exemptions. These can lower the taxable value by tens of thousands, but it's not automatic, so you're gonna have to apply. And in some cases, in some states, you may have to reapply if anything changes. Number 3 is read your property tax bill carefully. I know it's not exciting, and you may think you may have better things to do, but it's important because mistakes happen quite often actually, and I've seen it, such as wrong square footage, perhaps features listed in the home that actually don't exist, such as an extra bathroom or perhaps a pool. There may also be zoning errors. For example, homes marked as a rental or commercial when in fact they're actually owner occupied. And that last one, by the way, it can really spike your tax bill. And so if you find anything that looks off, you're going to want to contact your local assessor and request a correction. In many cases, a simple form or phone call can fix it and reduce your taxes significantly. Number 4, time renovation strategically. So if you're planning a big project, like adding a pool, for example, or perhaps a garage, or maybe another story to the home, just know it can trigger a reassessment. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Just be smart about when, especially if you're trying to save on taxes. Try to complete big projects after the assessment date. So for example, in Sarasota County, the assessed values are based on how the property looks on January 1st each year. So renovations that wrap up after won't be counted until the following year's tax bill. So that's how you can strategically use timing in order to reduce your tax bill for a period of time. Number 5, know which upgrades trigger reassessment. If you're updating your home, but you don't want your taxes to spike, focus on cosmetic improvements that won't raise your assessed value, such as new cabinets, quartz countertops, painting, updating the flooring, these usually don't trigger reassessments. But once you file for a permit, that's typically a red flag in the sense of now the county knows to go back out there and reassess the property. In Sarasota County, for example, here's what the property appraiser's office says. Quote, staff members may visit your property periodically, especially after a sale, damage expansion, new construction, or the owner's request. So if you're unsure, then what you're going to want to do is call your appraiser's office before starting a project. They're going to tell you what triggers or what does not trigger a reassessment. Number 6, ask for a reassessment after a market drop. In real estate, markets could go up, but certain markets may also come down. And so if you're in a market where home values are actually dropping, the assessed value for your home might now be too high. Check to understand how the values have fluctuated. If they're going down, then you're going to want to make sure that the assessed value is actually reflecting that. And counties don't always update values fast enough.
Here I come, the government. And I get to take 40% of your lunch. And that, Lauren, is how taxes work.
Don't wait for a reassessment because it's likely that the county you live in is slow to reassess and to factor in the drop in the value based on how the market is fluctuating. In Florida, every year you're going to get a trim notice in the mail if you're a homeowner right around August or September. That tells your new property value and the estimated taxes. So review when you get that. If it looks high, you usually have until mid-September to file a petition with the Value Adjustment Board. Other states like California have similar notices. So again, check with your local appraiser for details and deadlines and ensure that the value drop is actually captured in the assessment. Number 7, leverage disaster or hardship tax relief. And this is one that most homeowners don't actually even know exists. If your home is damaged by a hurricane, fire, flooding, or some kind of another natural disaster, you may be able to apply for temporary tax relief or reassessment. Florida and many other states have programs that allow reduced assessments if a property is uninhabitable or suffers major damage. Also, some areas offer hardship exemptions if you're going through financial distress. But again, you have to ask for it and you have to know what you can ask for. So you got to do a little bit of research here. Your local tax collector or property appraiser's office can walk you through what's available and how to apply. And so there you have it, 7 legal ways that you might actually save on property taxes. And some of these tips literally just take a few minutes and a little bit of legwork, but many of them can actually save you some serious money. If you have any other ideas, please leave us a comment in the comment section. If you're somebody that's in the area, Sarasota County, you're looking for a real estate agent, call me anytime. I would love to connect with you. Thank you so much for watching today. I always enjoy it when you guys do. Take care.